Shalom, Yah Bashim Yah Shai Barakatah, Yah Shamar Atham Bashim Yah Shai. This preaching officer 500 Matham Yah out of I.S.U.P.K, star of the One West, 125th Street Hall, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969. You know what I mean? Truth being that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the real Israelites of the Bible. You know what I mean? Are God's chosen people. You understand? And we're going to keep rocking and pushing this truth, you know what I mean, to the mission complete. All right. You know what I mean? We got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get into a few things. This class, y'all see the title of the class. The title is Heaven and Hell. And Christians don't know the Bible. You know what I mean? That's a very true statement right there. You know what I mean? Because if you just pay attention to these Christians, if you really if you go into their churches and listen to them, or if you hear them however you hear them, right, and hear their verbiage, you understand, like, you know, things ain't adding up to what the Bible really talks about. You know what I mean? What the Bible says and what Christianity teaches, two different things. They two different things. They're not the same. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I came to bring some of it out today in today's class. All right. So, you know, without further ado, man, we're gonna start, you know what I mean, with heaven. Heaven, right, is you know, in the Bible, is, you can even you're gonna look at it and it could be a condition that you're in. So most times it's conditions that you're in. Or another time it could be, you know what I mean, the actual heaven, it's like the heavens or the skies. The heavens being the skies, you know what I'm saying? That's what you know what I mean, heaven represents in the Bible. You understand? Like, most times when you see that, you're gonna see that it's talking about, you know what I mean, the skies or someone's condition. You know what I mean? So, and I could prove it too. We're gonna prove it. We're gonna get some scriptures to back it up. All right, so let's see. Or another one, Salaki, another place where it could another thing it represents. It could be also where the Most High dwells. Where the Most High dwells in the fourth dimension. All right. So, you know what I mean, I'm gonna get some scriptures to back it up. I'm trying to look for something real quick. Boom. All right. All right. So we're gonna get, first off, we're gonna start Matthew 6 and 10. Matthew 6 and 10, Matthew in the New Testament. You know what I mean? All right. I'm going to read right now. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Now, this is Christ, you know what I mean? This is the Lord's Prayer right here. This is Christ praying to the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Teaching his disciples how to pray properly. You know what I mean? And right here he's saying, you know what I mean, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven, meaning this. However, the Most High has his program up in the heavens, you know what I'm saying, fourth dimension, where he dwells, he's going to have that same order down here on earth. That's what that means right there. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, wherever his will is and where he is going to be that same thing here, you know what I mean, on earth. That's what that means right there, right? You know what I mean? And what's the Most High's will? What's the Most High's will? Let's get that real quick. Let me get it real fast. Revelations 5 and 10. You know what I mean? It's the book of Revelations, chapter 5, verse 10. All right. And has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. That's the will of the Most High God, that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that changed their lives, you know what I'm saying, his saints, rule as kings and priests on his earth. That's his will right there. That's always been his will. That's always been his will. You understand? So the kingdom of heaven, like what Christ was praying for in Romans, in Matthew 6 and 10, you know what I mean, where, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Shalom, y'all about Shemi Hashabakatah, the priest and officer of 1,000 Ibad Ayah. You know what I'm saying? Out of Philadelphia, Most High in Christ. Shalom, sir. All right, so, to get back to it, that's what Christ was praying about, and some of the parts of what he was praying about in Matthew 6:10. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. You understand? And his will, right? And his will is for the Israelites, to be kings and priests on this earth. And and it says in the second part of Revelations 5:10. And we shall reign on the earth. We shall reign on the earth. And we always gonna reign on the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High, that's his will. That's his will right there, right? You know what I mean? And that's always been his will. Now we're gonna get real quick Revelations 2 and it's like 21 and 2. 21 and 2 real fast. All right, boom. So I'm gonna start at verse 1. Salakim. It's the book of Revelations, chapter 21, verse 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. Now, the new heaven and the new earth. Now, Christians must explain to me how in the world, because, according to Christians and their doctrine, right? Heaven is someplace above the clouds where, some imaginary, place where the oppressor Christ is there, waiting for us to come through on the clouds. Thinking heaven is above the clouds somewhere, we floating in the sky. That's not what heaven is according to the Bible. A Christian will have to explain what the hell is the new heaven and the new earth. And they also going to have to explain the second part that I'm about to read right here. All right, well, I'm going to start from the beginning. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. Now, Christians won't be able to explain this because they don't know the scriptures. They, what they believe in is mythology. What they believe in is Greek mythology. You know what I'm saying? But the Bible doesn't have anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? When it says, I saw a new heaven and a new earth, meaning this. Remember what I said in the beginning of the class. Heaven means, most times in the scriptures you see it, it means a condition. Condition. The conditions of the earth, you know what I'm saying, and it says it says the new earth. So the conditions, right? You know what I mean, of the new earth, the power structure change in this precept right here. You know what I'm saying? The power structure changed. Instead of the old people that was ruling in the heavenly condition, and a condition that was so splendid, and they was living deliciously. You know what I mean? People living in their heaven. And who is them people that's living in their heaven? You know what I mean? In the new heaven. You know what I'm saying? When it says the first heaven and the first earth. The first heaven and the first earth is when the oppressors, they ruling in that heaven, the first heaven, which is now. That's the time we're living in now. We in the time where, these oppressors, they living in their heaven. And this is the first heaven. When it says the new heaven and the new earth, that's when the first heaven gets wiped out. That's when the first earth gets wiped out. You know what I'm saying? Meaning the people that's ruling in this time period are going to get wiped out, like we've been saying since 1969. Christ's going to wipe out the ruling establishments of this earth. You know what I mean? So his people can rule. All right. So then when it says the new heaven, the new earth, that's talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians ruling, you know what I mean, in the new earth and the new heaven. Having a new earth, meaning a new sea of people ruling on this earth. You know what I mean? And getting rid of, like it said right here, it said there was no more sea, meaning the people that was ruling in that time period, the people that was ruling are, you know what I mean, that they're wiped out. There was no more sea. I mean, the oppressors that's ruling now is representing that sea. And right here, when it gets wiped out, it's saying right here, And there was no more sea, meaning there were no more of them left. All right. So we understand that part right there, right? So verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven. All right, so you know what I'm saying right here. John seeing the holy city, the New Jerusalem coming down from God out of heaven. You understand? Talking about, the new nation that's to rule. You know what I mean? The nation of, the kingdom of heaven, like Christ was praying about. You know what I mean? In the book of Matthew. You know what I mean? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. You know what I'm saying? On earth as it is in heaven. So right here, you know what I mean? Holy city, New Jerusalem is talking about, the new kingdom to come. The kingdom where blacks, Hispanics rule. You know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to read on. Prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. You know what I mean? And that's what we doing here in the UPK, man. What we doing here is we working. We are working and working and working so Christ can come back. You know what I mean? And take care, you know what I mean? And take this country, take these crowns off of these heathens' head, man, that's ruling now. You know what I'm saying? Because they ruling, but it's, in the scriptures, it says Christ going to take these crowns off their head. He going to have many crowns. Christ going to have many crowns. You know what I'm saying? Meaning he's going to take the rulership and the power from these other nations that's ruling now. Meaning Saudi Arabia, the princes over there, you know what I mean, in Saudi Arabia, the Arabian countries that has all the oil, all the power, all the wealth. The oppressor, forget about it. The oppressor that runs and that rules over America, you know what I'm saying? Forget about it. His crown getting snatched. You know what I'm saying? Christ is gonna come back to take power from all of these nations that's in power now. You know what I mean? They power is, you know what I mean, they have nothing but a short time left to be ruling here in this place, man. Because, if you look around, it's, time is ticking, and these prophecies are being, are taking place, day by day. All right. And with that, I'm gonna get a precept to back this up real quick, right? So I'm gonna go get the book of, so I can get second Ezra real quick. Get second Ezra 6 and 9. Second Ezra 6 and 9. Y'all bear with me. All right. It's the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world. Now, who's Esau? For anybody that doesn't know, Esau is the oppressor. He's the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Child of Satan. You understand that hated his brother Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And he would be like the birth of the European race. You know what I'm saying? Esau, the progenitor of the European race in the Bible, right? That's the biblical name for the Europeans, right? So it says, for Esau is the end of the world. He's the end of the world. So that should let people know right now what time we living in now. Excuse me for a second. Drop some. That should let people know what time we're living in right now. The time we're living in now is the end of the world. We're living in the end. And what world we living in? Because the word world means age or society. And it says right here, for Esau is the end of the world. This society, as we know today that we living in, is coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? It says it right here. For Esau is the end of the world. For him to be ruling today and, in power over every goddamn body, that should let us know, man, we are in the end times. We're in the end times right now. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures says something after that, right? In this precept, I'm going to read on. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Jacob, man, he is going, which is the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Jacob is the progenitor or the forefather of, us. You know what I mean? Blacks and Hispanics. So, you know what I'm saying? It says, when it says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, meaning when the, you know what I mean, when Esau's kingdom and his, you know what I mean, empire gets wiped out, like it's prophesied to be wiped out in the scriptures. That means Jacob, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are going to come in afterwards and rule over this earth afterwards. Meaning we're going to be in power after these oppressors get wiped out. After they fall, as they should fall, we're going to be ruling in power afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I can tell Yahweh shot for that. Because, you know what I mean? We need new rulers today. It was just in the news how a brother, I forgot the brother name, Clifton. I don't want to mess his name up. But you know, he unalived some deputy, some cop. You know what I mean? Because by running him over, he was in traffic. He was controlling traffic or whatnot, right? And taking place in Cincinnati. And this brother took it upon himself to run over this cop. Ran this cop over, and because this same cop, unalived his son the day prior. You know what I mean? Unalived him, shot him down like he was a dog. You know what I'm saying? Due to a high speed, due to him being a goddamn devil, the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? He just, took it upon himself to unalive this brother's son. The next day, this brother, the father, you know what I mean, ran him over. You know what I mean? And, it's because the brother is feeling pain and trauma, you know what I mean, that any father would feel because his son, his baby boy, got unalived. His baby boy got unalived, you know what I mean, unjustly. You know what I mean? He got to bury his damn son. Well, he can't do that now. He has to bear the grief of losing his son. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. You know what I mean? They think we don't have feelings either. You know what I mean? And cops doing that type of thing, right? Where they unaliving us, gunning us down daily, you know what I'm saying? And expecting us not to feel anything. I mean, goddamn. You know what I mean? Is treacherous. You know what I'm saying? And that shows that we need new rulers. We need, you know what I mean? They need to be ruled by somebody that is more righteous than them. They need somebody over them that knows they know they right from they wrong. They know right from wrong. They know what's righteous and they know what's wicked. They know what to do and what not to do. These oppressors ruling over us right now. They're like animals. They're animals. They like a damn dog that doesn't know not to bite a baby. That doesn't know not to bite this little kid over here because they just an animal. That's just what they do. They like a damn some type of damn beast. They're a beast that's over us right now that needs to be ruled over and tamed by greater people, by greater men. And that's going to be us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Like we read in Revelations 5 and 10, where it says, we're paraphrasing it now, where the Most High says, we'll be ruling as kings and priests over this earth. That's what needs to happen. And that's what's going to happen because our current rulers over us right now, they don't know how to be human. They don't know what it takes to be a human being. They don't know what it takes to be something better than, flesh and blood. But us, on the other hand, we learn from our father what's right and what's wrong. You understand? And I'm going to get back to the scripture real quick. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That means, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we're going to be ruling over these heathens like we should be ruling over them. You know what I mean? If we don't rule over them, they're going to continue. The Chinese are going to continue to eat bat. They're going to continue to eat pangolin. They're going to continue to eat dogs and cats. You understand? They're going to continue to feed people cats and dogs in their restaurants. They're going to continue, to be disgusting people. You know what I mean? They're going to oppressors going to continue to unalive us in the streets. You understand? They're going to continue to open up restaurants in our neighborhoods, and we're going to continue not to reap any benefits from it. You understand? We're just going to continue to be oppressed generation by generation. The longer we, you know what I mean, just sit back and, you know, not turn our life over to our Father. And this is what's going to happen. But when we do change, it says right here, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's the day where we should all seek for, you know what I mean? That's the day we should all sought after, you know what I mean? So from there, right, we're going to go get another precept real quick. All right. Bear with me for a second. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So yeah, y'all meet me at boom, boom, boom. Romans 10. Well, we're gonna go back to Revelations 21 real fast. All right. So I'm gonna go to verse 2 again. I'm gonna go to verse 2 to bring it back to where we was at. All right, Revelations 21 and 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. You know what I'm saying? And in the UPK, we preparing this kingdom for Christ, you know what I mean, to take. You understand? It's just, the scriptures comparing it to you know what I mean, a bride being taken by her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like this kingdom that we building up here in the UPK, this nation we building up, all the brothers and sisters coming in, brothers from the world, all whites, all walks of life coming in, changing their life, you know what I mean, turning a new leaf. Sisters coming in, stop being whores, stop being you know, that come in, stop being whores, stop being, you know, promiscuous, you know what I mean, dressing, changing the way they dress, changing the way they speak, changing the way they behave, you know what I'm saying, cooking for brothers in the school, you know what I'm saying, doing a whole bunch of amazing work for brothers, you know what I mean, for the soldiers in the school, you know what I mean, all the brothers and sisters that come in here and change their life, basically, you know what I mean. This is what Christ wants, you know what I mean. This is the nation that's being built, you know what I mean. So Christ, when he sees fit, so like, not when he sees fit, when the Most High sees fit and gives the order to Christ to come back and do what he's going to do to this earth, you know what I mean, he's going to take this he's going to take this kingdom for himself, you know what I mean. He's going to be like, that's what I want right there. This is my kingdom right here. He's going to come back and he's going to rule over this kingdom, you know what I mean, like he rightfully deserved. That's what he died for, you know what I'm saying. That's what he got hanged on that cross for, you know what I mean, to be our king. All right. And I'm gonna read and I'm gonna go get a precept in Romans 10. Romans 10th chapter. I'm gonna start at the 6th verse. Start at verse 6. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Atham Bashim Yahushua to Anna Banaf, Most High in Christ. Checking in from Austin, Texas, Most High in Christ. All right, so yeah, back to what I was saying, right? The water for tuning in, everybody that's tuning in too. All right, boom. Bear with me a second. Yeah, so like I was saying, you know, Christ, man, you know, the scriptures is comparing this to marriage. How Christ is gonna come back and take this kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Like it said, you know what I mean? It's like let me see, boom. Like how so like 1 second. It says, prepare as a bride adorned for her husband. You know what I mean? It's comparing it to marriage. You know what I mean? How Christ's gonna take this kingdom, right? You know what I mean? Like a husband takes the bride. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this precept I got right here, right? Romans 10 and 6. But the righteousness which is of faith speaketh on this wise: say not in thine heart, who shall ascend into heaven? That's what Christians say all the day long. Man, listen, you going to hell. It's like you going worrying about if they going to heaven or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to heaven. I'm making it to heaven. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Are you saved? Are you saved? Are you baptized? Did you get baptized? All that garbage. You understand? All right. And I'm gonna read on. That is to bring Christ down from above. You know what I'm saying? We do this in this truth. What we do is the work so we can bring Christ back. We're not just sitting around waiting for Christ to come back like certain people do, like the Christian church do. The Christian church, all they do is go to church every Sunday, act a damn fool, clapping their hands, singing along to some hymns or some songs or whatever, having a damn concert in the Christian church, in the church, you know what I'm saying, waiting for Christ to come back. You know what I'm saying? When that is not how to, that's not what the Bible is talking about. That's not what the Bible is talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's why, the Most High go get rid of these churches, man. The church right there, they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So right here where it says, that is to bring Christ down from above. What we do in this school, man, in this, guild here in the UPK, we feed our people. We go out, hold food drives all across the country. We clothe our people, hold clothing drives, food and clothing drives all across the country. We hold camps, man. We speak out against this country, man. Tell these oppressors, man, stop harming our brothers. Stop killing our brothers. Stop unaliving these brothers, man. Stop treating them wrong. Salaki. And, building up camps and building up zones all over this country, changing brothers' lives, making brothers put the weed down. Like, brothers that's in that world and change their life would have never thought they'll put the blunt down. But we are doing that in this truth, due to the power of the Most High in Christ, only due to that. But we're doing this work so brothers can change their life and live a different life that they never thought they can live. Be a person they never thought they could be. Don't be a filthy, disgusting drug dealer or, a filthy, stinking, Christian in the church. Being weak. Some brothers, weak to their women. I see it all on social media all the time. Where brothers weak to their women. You understand? Letting a woman, boss them around and tell them what to do, give them orders around the house and all this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And UPK will make you be a real man so your woman could, follow you. Like how it should be. You understand? And the sisters be so amazing, that change the sisters' lives that we changed up in here. You would have never thought, if you looked at them before and look at them now, you would have never thought, that this is what they used to be like. The point is when we, what we do is we change brothers and sisters' lives. This is what's greatly needed in this earth right now, greatly needed in America. Shoot, in Micah 2:10, it talks about how this place is polluted. This place right here is not our rest. This place is not our rest. Where all the filth and all the sodomy, all the disgusting whoredom that takes place here in America. Whoredom at this point in America is normal. Brothers and sisters, people in general are desensitized to whoredom in America. Because, all I see on social media is, sister undressed right here. Boom. Another film where a brother filming some sister, how she being a whoring herself out on him and all that. This is all I see popping up on my goddamn timeline. You understand? Most High in Christ is Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's going on. Like, in this country, man, all that is, all that here is normal. Everybody here, is looking at that like, oh, well, you ain't hoeing? Like, then what you doing? If you ain't hoeing, what you doing? And sisters looking at brothers, well, you ain't basically like, you ain't tricking? You ain't like basically sisters are like, from what I see, not me in person. Me in person, I don't see that in person, but like if I look online, but in person, I don't really see that too much where sisters, doing that. But like all I see online, basically, it's like a social media thing where, a lot of sisters is selling it. A lot of sisters is selling it. And that's the norm here in America when it shouldn't be. Micah 2:10, man, said, paraphrasing, I'm butchering, that this place is not our rest. This place is not our rest. America is not our rest. It says that this place is, will destroy us, even with a sword destruction. That's what this place has to offer. All the disgusting, vile things that can destroy you and your kids, like it destroy you, your wife, and your kids. You understand? With a sword destruction. Meaning, this is going to be a perpetual thing that destroys our families. a perpetual, meaning, these generations that's going on and on and on are going to get worse and worse and worse. Growing up, what you hear growing up, you know what I'm saying? You hear how, brothers and sisters from different generations talking about, oh man, it's getting worse out here. It's getting worse and worse and worse. As the generations go on, that's what's going to happen if we continue to fall and continue to live in the lifestyle that's not, according to the Most High God. But what we do in the UPK is the work to bring Christ back, which is changing brothers' lives. That's what it says right here. And, at the end of Romans 10 and 6. That is to bring Christ down from above. You understand? I'm going to go to verse 7. Or who shall descend into the deep? Christians talk, and then Christians also like to say, well, man, you going to hell. You going to hell. Not knowing a goddamn thing about hell. Don't know what hell is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that this class too, but hell is as well. Right now, we still on heaven. I'm trying to break down what heaven is. Heaven is a condition, that someone is living in, or it could be representing where the Most High dwells, or the heavens, the skies. You understand? Not with the BS that they talk about in the Christian church. If you're in there, I suggest you run out them doors. I suggest you sprint out them doors quick. You know what I'm saying? Right now. Knees to chest. Run out them doors right now. All right. So we're going to get another precept. All right. Another precept I want to bring out. All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Boom. We're going to go up actually in the same chapter. There's good precepts up here. Same chapter, right? Where it says, we're going to start at verse 1. Salaki, y'all. All right. Romans 10 and 1. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel, and it says for Israel, don't say everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't say everybody. All right, boom. Is that they might be saved. For Israel to be saved, not everybody. It's another thing Christians going to have to break down to me. Why is Paul in Romans, in the book of Romans, talking about his heart's desire is for Israel to be saved? Why? Christians, break that down to me if you're listening. I'm willing, to go back and forth with you in the chat, or go back and forth. Just let me know something. Let me know why. If you believe Christ, died for everybody. If you think Christ loved everybody, died for everybody, why does it say right here where it says, brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. Emphasis on the they. That they might be saved. Talking about Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You understand? Why does it say we gonna be saved and not everybody else? Why doesn't it say, these oppressors gonna get saved? It don't say, Chinese people gonna be saved. It doesn't say all these other nations gonna be saved. Your beloved slave master. Why? He doesn't say he's gonna be saved. It doesn't say that. But it does say Israel. Break that down for me. I'll be waiting. All right, verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal for God. A zeal for God. Having a zeal for the Most High. But not according to knowledge. Our people, we have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge. That's brothers and sisters in the Christian church. Some brothers and sisters in there are sincere, are genuine. Some brothers in there genuinely want to follow the Most High God. Some brothers in there and sisters in there really trying to find the Most High. You know what I mean? And that's why Christians, man, your pastor, your reverend, your preacher, your deacon, all of them up there, they got blood on their hands. They got blood on their hands because you're going to cause people, you're going to deceive people and cause people to get led astray. You're going to cause people to go against the Most High. The scriptures talks about people like y'all too. I feel like getting it right quick, and we're going to come back here. I feel like getting it to say, what the scriptures say about y'all. Let me get it real fast. All right. Y'all bear with me a second. Boom, boom. You know what I mean? Because this gotta stop at some point. You know what I mean? At some point, when are we gonna learn this one? And I want another one. And this one. At what point is y'all going stop what y'all doing? You know what I mean? Y'all want to continue to lead people astray, teach people to do wrong. You know what I mean? When the scriptures got something for that, got something for you people that do that. All right. So first off, I want to read this. All right. Boom. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors. Woe means destruction. Destruction to these pastors. You know what I mean? For why would the Most High say destruction to these pastors? Why would the Most High want y'all to be harmed? Why is the Most High saying woe to you pastors out there, man? And first off, if the Most High is all loving Christians, if the Most High is all loving, is an all loving God, He only loves. You know what I'm saying? And He can't hate nobody. You know what I mean? When He gave you the emotion to hate, and He can't hate Himself. Come on, how idiotic is that? Why is the Most High saying, woe be unto the pastors? Answer me that. I'll be waiting for that too. All right. So it says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastures, saith the Lord. The Most High says, woe, meaning destruction to you pastors out there, man, because y'all consistently are out there deceiving brothers and sisters, telling people that Most High loves everybody. Y'all not even telling. I mean, the UPK is viral, is all over the goddamn place, and y'all know what we say. Y'all know the truth we bring out. Christ didn't love everybody. The Most High doesn't love everybody. Christ didn't send Christ. Also, like the Most High didn't send Christ to die for everybody. The Most High doesn't love everybody, and it's all in the Bible. We prove it day to day, but y'all choose to just keep going with your Christian dogma. You know what I mean? Keep going with your, your rhetoric in the Christian church. Let's get some more on what people like y'all got coming, right? People about y'all, right? This is book of Matthew 5 and yeah. Right. All right, meet me here. Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 19. Well, I'm gonna start at verse 18, all right? Damn, this whole thing good. Let me see. I'm gonna start at verse 17. All right. So Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. This is Christ speaking. It's written in red. All right. So it says, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. Now, what does that mean? The law meaning this. The law meaning the Old Testament. The ones that you Christians, hate so much and try to, to run away from. Christ saying, think not that I come to destroy that. You know what I'm saying? Destroy the law. You know what I'm saying? Or the prophets, meaning Moses, the one that gave the law to us. You know what I mean? And he got it from the Most High. All right. So I'm going to read on. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Meaning this, man. Christ ain't come to destroy the law that Moses gave us, which he got from the Most High. He came to fulfill that law. Christ actually, upped the ante on us. Christ actually made it harder for us, to keep these laws. You understand? He made it more difficult, to keep these laws. You understand? So, meaning this, like he said, the law says not to sleep with your brother or with your brother's woman, right? And if you did, you sin, you do any sin in the past, you have to kill a goat, kill your best lamb, kill your best goat. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, and sacrifice it before the priest. Now Christ is like, if you, Christ said this, if you even lust after another brother's woman, another man's woman, you already committed adultery. He made it harder. He don't even want you to think about, he don't even want you lusting after a brother's woman, thinking about being with another brother's woman. You understand? He makes it more difficult. You know what I'm saying? And he fulfilled it. He lived his whole life keeping the law. You know what I'm saying? He kept the law all the way up to his death. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He fulfilled the law. I'm going to read on. Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass. You know what I'm saying? Which is forever. Heaven and earth is going to be here forever. You know what I'm saying? One jot or one so like a tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. So let me get that again. One jot, meaning the dot of the so like cross of the T, or one tittle, the dot of the I, shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. And which means the law is going to be here forever. The law is going to be here forever. That's what that means, right? Which Christians, don't like that. They tend not to, not want to understand that. Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so. What do people in the church do? What does your reverend do in the church? What does your pastor do in the church? Your preacher. He breaks the law continually. He eats all the ham hocks he could. He eats all the pork chops he can. You understand? He breaks all the law, and he tells us that the Old Testament is gone away with, but he still wants all them tithes though. He wants you to pay all your tithes though to the church though still, right? And he's a filthy stinking liar. He's disgusting, and he teaches men to do that too. He teaches men to do what he does. This is what the scriptures say about him. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? And the least in the kingdom of heaven, your pastor is teaching you to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. He's teaching you to be the damn bottom of the bottom in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? The bottom amongst us. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read on. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Now you see what we teach you to be in the UPK. And I.S.U.P.K on the Commander General YAHANNA, you understand? We teaching you to be strong. We teaching you to be great in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, people on the other hand, they teach you to be the lowest of the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? Among us. All right? You know what I'm saying? They're going to, so follow them if you want. You see what the Bible says about, your pastor. You see what the Bible says about your preacher. So to go back to where I was at, Romans 10 and 3. So quick little sidebar, Salakia. All right. Boom. Verse 3. So we was talking about in verse 2 how, brothers have a zeal for God, sisters have a zeal for God, but they looking in all the wrong ways. They looking in all the wrong directions. Y'all teaching people in your church, the wrong things about the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Teaching brothers and sisters things that the Bible doesn't even talk about. All right. So verse 3, it says this. For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. So now right here is saying, y'all establishing your own righteousness. You think what we do in the UPK, man, is to put the blunt down, stop smoking, stop selling drugs to one another, man, stop unaliving one another. And then what brothers do? What sisters do? Brothers in Jake in the world, what do you do? Man, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I've been doing this since I've been 12 years old. I've been doing this since whoop. You understand? They felt they established their own righteousness. They feel like what they know is how they should live. They feel like they got it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from the, destruction that these oppressors lay on us, man. Due to them pulling all the drugs and, all the drugs and guns in our communities, man, that right there, destroyed us. To the point where we don't even give a damn about no God's righteousness anymore. We want to serve ourselves. We want to serve our flesh. We want to serve our flesh. That's what we've been reduced to. And thanks to the Most High God, the UPK is here to to take all that away. Take all that away by the strength and the power of the Most High in Christ. You understand? So with that, I'm gonna get another precept, right there, going on to this topic. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get another one. We're gonna go to hell. So to sum it up for heaven, right? Heaven, right? Is a condition that we all live, that we all could live in, that we all might be living in now, we might not be living in now. You understand? And that's the condition that for damn sure our oppressors live in. Our oppressors live in this kind of condition right now. Our oppressors are in their heaven. And like I said in Revelations, the book of Revelations, 21st chapter, you understand that first heaven that is talking about there, that's what we living in now, the first heaven, the first earth, where the oppressors is ruling right now. They're ruling right now, and they ruling over every goddamn thing. And the new heaven and the new earth, that's when we're gonna come in, and we're gonna rule, and we're gonna have establishments over this earth under Christ, under the Most High. All right. So now we're gonna go to hell. Now hell, man, hell is same thing, condition. It's a condition. And ask your Christian preacher, they're gonna think that hell is someplace underground. They're gonna think hell is someplace underground, some fiery pit underground. They're gonna have to show me where it says that in the Bible. Because in the Bible, it doesn't say such things. It doesn't say that in the Bible, where hell is some fiery pit underground. They're gonna have to show me that. Y'all welcome to do it in the chat. Call me out on it if I'm lying. Call me out. You know what I'm saying? We can go, precept for precept on it. But the thing is, they can't pull precepts on it because it's not in there. So what we're gonna do is grab some precepts, on hell, break down the hell. Here we go. Boom. So I'm gonna start with Matthew, right? Like I said, hell is a condition. Remember that. It's a condition you living in. Matthew 10 and 28. Salakia. Yup. 28. All right. And fear not them which kill the body. You shouldn't fear, whoever is able to unalive you, harm the flesh. You know what I'm saying? It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both body, so like both soul and body in hell. You understand? Right there is, we shouldn't fear whoever can harm the flesh, whoever can harm you, physically. Salaki, harm the flesh, meaning the oppressor. The oppressor, don't fear the oppressor because he got militaries, he got armies, he could do whatever. He unalives us in the streets on a day-to-day basis. You understand? Don't fear him, but rather fear the Lord. Fear the Lord, who can harm, who can kill you, destroy, like it says right here, destroy both soul and body in hell. Because he can he can destroy the soul and body. Your soul, meaning, this going into reincarnation a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Brothers don't understand that. Reincarnation is how you live one life But you was here in the past, though. You was here in your past life before you was born. You had a life that you live prior to the life you living now. Shoot, when we get on, whenever we pass away now, you understand, or give up the ghost, give up the spirit now. You know what I'm saying? We gonna live in another life. We gonna live in another life. You know what I'm saying? Be reincarnated in another life. You know what I'm saying? This which is you ain't gonna find out this in the church. You understand? The Bible definitely teaches reincarnation. You know what I mean? Talks about reincarnation in the Bible. Other nations, it's in other nations too, like the Orientals, you know what I'm saying, the Chinese and all them, they believe in Asians, they believe in reincarnation as well, but except there's something wrong with them. They think you're gonna come back as a bug or insect, animal, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The truth of it is, you know what I'm saying, the life you live now, you will be rewarded for in the future. All right. So right here, you know what I mean, the Most High could destroy your soul and body. You know what I mean? The soul, meaning he could constantly put you in hell-like situations. He could put you in hell, you know what I mean, in that condition, you know what I mean, anytime he wants. You understand? I'm gonna go to the next verse. Verse 29. And it's like, are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your father? Meaning, can the Most High, if a bird falls from the sky, the Most High was in control of that. He allowed that to happen. You know what I'm saying? If let's get some more. Salaki, verse 30. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. The hairs that fall out your head, the Most High is control of that. You understand? The very hairs on your head, the Most High controls how much, falls out or not. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Look on that pillow, you see, or wherever, you know what I mean? You see hairs, coming out. Most High, was in charge of that right there. He's in charge of every damn thing, right? So listen, let's get another precept, right, on some, let's get deeper into it, right? So we understand this. It's going into reincarnation, right? So you live one life terribly where you just don't give a damn about what the Most High says, right? And you live in a wicked lifestyle, you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna get your reward for that. Let's prove it. Let's prove it. Go get Ecclesiastes. Bear with me, y'all. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3. Damn. Boom. So the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 16. All right. And moreover, I saw under the heaven, also like under the sun. You know what I mean? What's under the sun? What's under the sun is what's under the sun is the earth. So all right. Damn. What's under the sun is the earth. So that's what it's talking about right here. All right. So, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. This is the place of judgment. So, where judgment takes place, where you get punished or you get rewarded. All right. All right. Where you get rewarded for your right, I should say it like this, where you get rewarded for your righteousness or you get rewarded for your punishment. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some more. That wickedness was there. Where? On the earth. Let's get some more. And the place of the righteous, it's like, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. All right. So the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So how in the hell? Listen to this right here. So how, if hell was, what Christians think it is, where it's someplace underground, how the hell is righteousness and wickedness going to be there as well? According to them, because really they believe in what they believe in is not really, is like, that comes from Greek mythology. Greek mythology, like, where it's like a whole fiery dungeon somewhere that that people that do have heinous crimes get expelled to. You know what I'm saying? That's Greek mythology. That's Greek mythology, what they believe in. You understand? The whole God that they think they worshiping up in there is not the Most High. It's not the Most High. What they really worshiping up in there is the sun god. The sun god. You understand? So they don't know what the hell they really talking about. Right here, it says, "And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there." Verse 17. I said in my heart. So just so y'all, I'm gonna recap that. So righteousness and iniquity was in this place, earth. All right. Place of judgment. Verse 17. I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteousness and the wicked. For there is so right there it says, I said in my heart, the Most High shall judge the righteous and the wicked. Meaning the wicked and the righteous and the wicked, they're going to get judged. You know what I mean? Our reward is going to come whether we was righteous or whether we was wicked. Meaning this, to break it down more. If you was righteous on this earth, if you was living your life according to the Most High God, following His commandments, laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, you understand, you're gonna get rewarded for it. You're gonna get rewarded for it. You're gonna in your next life, the next life you live, the Most High gonna reward you for that righteous life you had prior. You understand? Let's get some more. And if you was wicked, you're gonna live the next lifestyle accordingly. Hell, if you wicked now, the Lord will reward you right now. You understand? You want to be a sodomite if you want to. Go ahead and be a sodomite if you want to. Go ahead and do that if you want. Go ahead and be a brother, be a man, sleep with another man right now if you want to. And see if you won't catch that monkeypox that's going around. See if you won't catch AIDS. See if your blood won't be fighting against your own blood. You understand? See if that won't happen. The Most High is a living God, man. He's not to be played with. He's not the so-called God that you was listening to, in that you thought you was worshiping in that church. You know what I'm saying? The Most High God is a man of war. Let's get some more. For there is a time there meaning the earth again, for every purpose and for every work. There is a time there for every purpose and for every work. You know what I'm saying? Every judgment that takes place. All right. You know what I'm saying? This goes up to I'm gonna go up to verse 15 real quick. That which have been is now. Summing up basically everything I said. Read it again. I'm gonna read it again. And that which have been is now. So whatever was in the past, you know what I mean? You was in the past life. You lived your life in the past. You're here now. You understand? And that which is to be have already been. So whoever's going to be here in the future has already been here in the past. And the Most High requireth that which is past. Meaning the Most High require. The Most High requires that every single body gets judged. Everybody gets judged according to their works, whether it be good rewards that you like, or whether it be rewards that you despise, rewards that you fear, taking upon your head, you know what I'm saying, taking up. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to choose to be living a wicked lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So this showing right here, whoever was here in the past is here now. Whatever is going to be in the future, whoever's going to be here in the future has already been here. You know what I'm saying? That's hell right there. You know what I'm saying? If you live a lifestyle that's wicked and carnal, and you know what I'm saying, just disgusting lifestyle like your pastor, like TD Jakes, like Creflo Dollar, Eddie Long, all them pastors, Kirk Franklin, you understand? Or like your Christian, almost like your Christian Muslim imams, your Muslim mosques and all that. You understand? Y'all gonna live, you know what I'm saying, in hell now, or you know, whenever the Lord want to do it to you in the next life. Now that's hell. You not being able to live in peace. You not being able to live to walk over to walk, you know, around and not looking over your shoulder all the goddamn time because you so damn scared about what you've been doing, all the wicked you've been doing, you know what I mean, in your area. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean, you worrying about, you know, whatever you worrying about, you know what I'm saying? Like Puff, you know what I'm saying, or you know, these other like perfect example, TD Jakes. Him stepping down from being pastor and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, in his church. In his church, he stepped down, and y'all know what's coming up. The Diddy the you know what I mean, the revealing you know, the court case and everything is, you know, gonna be updated, you know what I mean, all that stuff is coming back up again. He stepped down right in the time of that whole nonsense and everything, all that madness. You know, you running and skirting away from judgment and shame because you live in a wicked lifestyle. The Lord can punish you now. He can make you live in hell right now on earth. You know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters suffering from STIs now. Suffering from STIs right now. You know what I'm saying? Suffering from whatever, you know what I mean, from all different types of things, you know what I'm saying? That the Most High put on them. That's hell. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's hell. You know what I mean? Let's get some more. Being unalived in the street and having to fight for your life. Fight for your life. You know what I'm saying? Getting gunned down and having to fight for your life. That's hell. Losing your baby girl, and you know what I'm saying, losing your baby, your babies, your kids, you know what I'm saying, to violence, gun violence, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? That's hell. That's hell. Police brutality. Living under that. That's hell. Let's get some more. Let's get some more, all right? All right, boom. I'm gonna go grab book of Second Esdras real quick. Y'all bear with me a second. All right. So it's a book of Second Ezra, chapter 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come. This sounds like what we was reading just now in Ecclesiastes, right? It says, for after death shall the judgment come, meaning you'll die, and then you know what I mean, you get your judgment to how you live in your next life. Let's get some more. Whether it be you know, a hell that you live in, or it be heaven that you live in. Hell being you living in a terrible condition, living a terrible life, or you gonna live a excellent life. You're gonna live a great life. You know what I'm saying? Honorable life. You understand? Let's get some more. When we shall live again, proving what I just said. All right, we're gonna live again. So you perish in one life, you live again in the next life. Your spirit, we're gonna get to what I was just about to say just now. I'm gonna let the scripture say it in the precepts. All right. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. Gonna get judged for your works, whether it be good or bad. All right. Get some more. So basically, I feel like I can say now, what you gonna do. So when you perish, your spirit, your body is just, dead. Your spirit leaves your body, goes up to the Most High, goes to the Most High in the fourth dimension, right? Your spirit is with Him now, right? But don't mean you when you perish, you don't, what I'm saying? It's not you above the clouds in some mythological setting. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit goes up to the Most High. He judges your spirit. He sends you back into the earth. That's what it is right there. And I'm gonna give you some proof too. Just we're gonna go over this precept first, right quick, and maybe another one. Then I'm gonna get what I was just saying. All right. So boom. All right. Just that one. We're gonna get to Deuteronomy. Meet me Deuteronomy chapter 32, 22. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth and her increase, and set on fire the fountains of the mountains. It's like foundations of the mountains. That's hell right there, where the Lord comes to destroy. You know what I'm saying? The wicked. You know what I'm saying? That's hell. That's gonna be hell. You know what I mean? When the Lord comes and show His power and destroy. You know what I'm saying? Destroy what was, all the wicked, all the, the creations of the wicked, you know what I'm saying? That's hell. And it's another precept for it. Real quick, I'm gonna grab another precept for that. I'm pair that with second Ezra 15:23. I'm gonna read right now. The fire is going forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundations of the earth. That sounds real familiar to what I was just reading in Deuteronomy, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read what I said, what I just read in Deuteronomy. I'm gonna pair it up with what I read in second Ezra, right? Deuteronomy 32 and 22. For a fire is kindled in mine anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains. Second Ezra 15:23. The fire is going forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. He's saying he's gonna destroy sinners, man, like how fire consumes a grass field. You understand? This is the Most High for real. This is hell. That's hell, and that's something you don't want. You don't want that happening. You know what I'm saying? But this is hell. I'm gonna read. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read some. Get another precept. Get another precept for it. But see how that ties in with each other. You know what I mean? That's the hell. You know what I mean? When the Most High comes through with all the damn wildfires, like we just seen in California last year. Goddamn, man. And some in New Jersey. You know what I mean? Wildfires all across the country. You understand? That's hell. That's hell. All the tsunamis taking place, all the earthquakes. We just had a earthquake, a surprise earthquake out of nowhere last year in New Jersey, in the tri-state area. You know what I'm saying? New York and throughout New York, New Jersey. I want to say Philly too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, where an earthquake took place. I think it was a 4 point. I might be wrong, but I think it was 4.8, 4.6, something like that. Well, we had an earthquake last year, and that happened. But it's been worse earthquakes where 6.8, trajectory. You know what I'm saying? Earthquakes, 6.8 magnitude earthquakes, hitting a land that was formerly known as Greece, now known as can't think of it right now. I can't think of it right now. But over there in Egypt, and other places where they receive hellish earthquakes where hundreds die, hundreds perish, and hundreds hundreds on hundreds injured, seriously injured, critically injured. You understand? That's hell. The tornadoes that come and destroy these oppressors' lawns and crops and farms, you know what I'm saying, every year, in homes, you know what I'm saying? That's hell. That's hell. Let's get some more. What was I was about to read some, right? I was about to read. That's that. Okay. 15. So second Ezra is 15:23. Oh no, Salakia. Second Ezra is no, Ecclesiastes, Salakia. In Ecclesiastes. Classic cuss. Ecclesiastic cuss, chapter 39. 39, verse 28. All right, room. I'm gonna read right quick. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. So there be spirits that are created for vengeance, right? Who's the spirits that it's talking about? Who's the spirits it's talking about? Anybody could answer. You know what I'm saying? I might give y'all a little bit of time to answer. I've been rambling on the whole class and talking. I ain't give y'all the chance to answer in the chat. I'll give y'all a little bit of time. If not, I'll just answer it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Need to give y'all a chance to talk some more. So who is the spirits that is talking about in Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28? What's the spirits? What's that talking about? Give y'all one more, maybe 15 more seconds. I'm gonna go. All right, so the spirits that it's talking about in Ecclesiasticus 39:29, where it says 28, Salaki, 28, where it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance. It's talking about the angels. The angels are the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? That's that. And Christians explain that too. Y'all think angels are some baby, some oppressive baby with no clothes on, with nothing but a cloth on, no little diaper on. You know what I'm saying? A little cloth for a diaper. You know what I'm saying? And shooting, bow and arrows and all that stuff. That's mythology. Christianity teaches mythology. It doesn't teach the Bible. Let's get some more. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Talking about the Most High. The Most High made the angels. You know what I'm saying? The Most High made the angels. And it says, it says what? It says what? Let me see. For vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, which in their it's like in the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Meaning they are not, angels are not, what you think they are. Angels, maybe I can go over that next class. Like, angels are not what you think they are. We can get into a breakdown next class on what the angels is for real. You know what I'm saying? Angels, man, something different. The Most High made them to carry out, the judgments of, his judgments. The Most High wants a certain nation to get harmed, a certain nation to get destroyed. he orders them angels to go ahead and destroy them nations, destroy that country, destroy that land. Similar to what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Sodom and Gomorrah was a land where sodomy and all things sodomy took place and was glorified and was happening and taking place. The Most High had them angels, man, go and destroy that place to where it's nothing but a dust town now. It's nothing but dust now. You understand? Now let's get some more on it right quick. All right. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. All that was created for vengeance. So the Most High is creating all of those situations to take place. That's your hell. That's hell right there. You know what I'm saying? Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. You understand? The Lord's vengeance on you, that's going to be hell. The Lord's vengeance coming upon these nations for, being leeches on us, you know what I'm saying, destroying our people. He's going to come upon them with some hell, some destruction, some judgment. He's going to come on these other nations with, man. That's what's going to happen, right? So that's that right there, right? And that's your hell right there. That's your hell. Your famine, your pestilence, the sword destruction that the Most High is talking about. You don't want to go through that. You don't want to see that at all. Let's get some more. All right. Let's get 39 and 3. He will seek. It's like Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 3. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conservants in dark parables. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord and his angels, like the angels, I might have grabbed the wrong joint. So basically this, based off what I read in Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28, it's when it says, and appease the wrath of him that made them, he pleases the Most High by unaliving people, by unaliving the people that the Most High wants unalive, and them going out carrying that order and unaliving whoever the Most High wants to be unalive, you know what I'm saying, for doing wickedness, for doing wicked things on this earth. The Most High is appeased by that. The Most High is pleased with it. You understand? Don't forget that part either. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. So, with that, man, heaven, hell, they're all conditions. They're all conditions that we live in, right? They're all conditions. They're not something, to be scared. You should want to, you should be worrying about it. You should be worrying about, following the Most High God. You won't have to worry about living through hell. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to worry about that. Although sometimes you could be tested. That isn't to be confused with, you know what I'm saying? You could be tested sometimes, but the Most High might want you to be tested so you can come out stronger. But in the instance right now, what we talking about, hell, the suffering that people go through for the wickedness that they do, you do not want that. That's the hellish condition. That's something you don't want. Hell, you don't want to live in hell. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing where you going, eat next. Not knowing, you know what I'm saying, when a cop gonna pull you over and just unalive you for no reason. You understand? Keeping your hand on the steering wheel because you scared to death that a devil gonna unalive you behind that steering wheel. You understand? Being scared to send your children out to school because you scared that kidnappers is out there going to snatch your kids up, or going to you know what I mean, or traffickers going to kidnap your kid, or that police might harm your child, sending them out to school. Anything can happen. You understand? That's hell. The hell life we live here is hell. You understand? And what they live in, the oppressors live in, that's heaven. They living in their heaven. You know who else living in their hell right now? The people overseas. The people overseas, you know what I'm saying, that's getting bombed the piss over there. You know what I'm saying? And they battles and they back and forths over there, and they skirmishes and everything like that. They wars that they fighting over there. That's hell. You know what I'm saying? What they doing over there, they doing all that in our land. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, that's our land they fighting for over there. They're living in hell. The hell that you don't, it's like you don't want hell at all. But the hell that the Bible's talking about, you do not want. And that's the only hell, the one that the Bible's talking about. The conditions that you live in. You don't want to live in terrible conditions. Follow the Most High God. You understand? The heaven that you will live in is not above the clouds somewhere, you know what I'm saying, where you hugging and kissing with your oppressor, with your slave master all the day long. That's not heaven. Your heaven is a condition, and your heaven, really, the kingdom of heaven, is when Christ comes on this earth and rules this earth with a hard iron. You know what I'm saying? With an iron rod. You know what I'm saying? And rules over these nations. You know what I'm saying? Rules over these nations with brothers and sisters, with kings and priests, Israelite brothers, Israelite men governing the whole earth under him. That's earth. That's heaven. That's the kingdom of heaven right there. You understand? That's the kingdom of heaven, not the BS your church taught you. If I was you, I would get out of the church. If I was you, I would leave the church quick as possible, because they don't know a goddamn thing. All right, and just in case you didn't know. And with that, man, I'm gonna pass. With that, I'm gonna clip the class right there. All right, clip the class right there. Some good rapping with y'all. Maybe I might go over the angels next week. The angels in the Bible, because that's another thing. Christians in the church, they don't know what that is either. They tricking people. Our people just don't know what the angels really are. So I might just go over that next class and maybe something else along with it. All right, so y'all tune in next Tuesday here at the UN Library. Brothers and sisters, y'all watching, y'all welcome to come in. I don't bite. All right? I don't bite. So y'all come on through, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all here, man. Y'all ask the lady at the desk for the men's empowerment group. She gonna lead you to me. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna, rock out in class. All right, y'all ask me y'all questions, whatnot, man. We're gonna get it on. All right, so with that, I'm gonna clip the class. All right, so Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Barakatah, Yahweh Shamar Alatham Bashim Yahshua, this priest and officer of 500 Mathamiah out of I.S.U.P.K, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander during YAHANNA. You understand, we've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969, and the truth being that blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the real Israelites of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That we have to change our lives so Christ come back, crack that sky open, and give these devils what they deserve for what they did to Trayvon Martin, for what they did to, for Freddie Roach, you know what I'm saying, Eric Garner. You understand? All these brothers and sisters that they harming and unaliving, give them what they deserve for that. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, vengeance is mine, save the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We putting in the work so we can bring Christ back to do so, you know what I mean? He could do just that. All right. So with that, shalom. All right. I'm gonna share a video with y'all real quick. So
Shout out to I.S.U.P.K Trenton. Woo! Shout out to I.S.U.P.K Trenton. Woo!
Shout out to I.S.U.P.K, in Trenton, New Jersey.
You mean everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me. I called on the Lord. I said, Father, this is real. Will you watch over me? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they don't follow the law, they doing it. You said under your house side they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
I asked the Lord, why did he save me? Baby, born in the 80s. Used to hide dope in my grandmother's basement. I seen that nigga brains all on the pavement. Got 32 with a switch and a laser. I was down bad with an 8-ball scale and a razor. I came out the struggle, I finally made it. I counted these blessings, I'm never complaining. Soldiers, they give me your orders. They count on one con, I do what I'm told. Under my crown, I'ma be fly as a bitch. You know I'ma dip it in gold. They call me Batak, so that mean I'm bold. Came out the block, used to beat at the pot. Then hit all the things in the holes. I chased the money, was losing my soul. Yeah. Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving the snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow YAHANNA, he coming back. All of my niggas really changing life, and we sitting in class every single night. Sipping on Juice, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right.
Only the real ones call me ruler. Got 50 round steel drum in a Ruger. I say go kill one of my shooter. He say I owe you like a sooner. Hey yo, talk. Tell me why they testing me. Used to get guap, weed and ecstasy. I'm out there.
Well, Christ, y'all. This is Priest and Officer Mathumi out of I.S.U.P.K. Started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm here with this sister right here. What's your name?
Zayana.
I should do this so I can do that one more time.
Zayana.
All right, so I'm here with Zayana, right? And you from Trenton, New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's what's up. You know what I mean? We about to take ground out here. Now, I got some questions for her, right? All right, so in a relationship, you know, with the black community today, how do you feel like relationships with us can be better, in a better state than it is now? Because I know you see Sexy Red and Ice and all that. How can we be in a better state with relationships in our community when we got all this other stuff going on? Whatever your honest opinion.
Wait, so you asking me like what would make a relationship better?
Yeah, in your opinion, in your honest opinion.
Really just communication. That's the biggest problem in relationships. People don't know how to communicate. So I think that's really, I don't know.
No, I feel you. That's a good one. That's a good one. Communication. What about parenting and things like that as involving the black community? How you feel?
Like, be more specific, because I don't understand what you're asking.
Okay, so people say like, okay, man, we gotta let this child be what he want to be or do whatever he want.
Right.
Staying out of drama and don't get all that stuff.
You can't stay out of drama.
No, I got a question though. Why y'all think that around this time of year it's like the violence is at a high level this time of year?
That's a hard one. People are crazy. There's something really wrong, like mental health.
Like around this time of year, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and everything like that, why do you think the violence level is at like a skyrocket level?
I don't even know. It's something wrong with people.
Do you think it's
Wrong with certain people.
Do you think it's something we doing wrong?
Not like do nothing wrong. Not we as everyone, but like the people who the problem are the problem. Where can I see this video?
Yeah, shout out to I.S.U.P.K. of Trenton, New Jersey.
Good people, good family. Shout out to I.S.U.P.K. Trenton. You feel me? Holla at them boys. Come with that information, come with that love, and you know that following the Christ. You know, add value into each other. You know, what should we do as people? You feel me? Add or take away. You know, people only come in your life for 4 reasons. You feel me? Add, subtract, divide, or multiply. So choose wisely. You feel me?
Y'all know where it came from? The origins of New Year's?
Nah, my grandma probably told me, but